Aloha, welcome back. All right, we're going to check out Larry Elder, talking about Obama's former staff admits Trump was right. Larry Elder, if you don't know who he is, he's a pretty far left. He ran for, I think, governor of California, maybe. He's kind of akin to a Thomas Sowell, but not. I don't think he's quite as famous as Thomas Sowell, but anyway, similar type of dude.
I'm not sure you know who Jon Favreau and Dan Pfeiffer are. Jon Favreau was not the actor, a speechwriter for Barack Obama, and Pfeiffer was a senior policy advisor for Barack Obama. They have a podcast, and in their podcast, they admitted that we, meaning the Obama administration, should have done the things that Donald Trump is doing under Doge. We should have rooted out waste, fraud, and abuse. We should have done what Donald Trump is doing.
Well, anybody should root out waste, fraud, and abuse, be it in government or at your own job, wherever waste, fraud, and abuse are bad, no matter what it is.
And admission. Number 22.
I've seen the message.
And admission. Fraud and abuse. We should have done what Donald Trump is doing. What and admission.
What and admission. Okay.
Number 22.
I've seen the messaging memos, and it's like, the young people, Gen Z, they like Doge and what Elon's doing because, they see government as sclerotic and inefficient, and they like the move fast and break things ethos, and they want to get stuff done, and they like the results. And it's like, yeah, yes, of course, we all want that. We all know that government is slow. We all know that government can be inefficient. We all know that the bureaucracy can be bloated. We all worked in the White House. We tried to reorganize the government. We tried to find efficiency. It's hard to do.
And honestly, some of this is pretty annoying because it's some of the stuff we should have done.
Right, yeah.
You could do some of this.
You just got to talk Gen Z to them. You're like, I can dig these Doja Cats. Okay?
Oh my God. That was horrible.
Oh, no.
That was fucking horrible.
They got good vibes.
Jesus.
About it the right way.
Yeah, you gotta throw a no cap on the end of that.
No cap.
Fuck. Anyway.
Some of this is annoying because we should have done it. What an admission. Joe Scarborough, Morning Joe, hates Donald Trump pathologically. He too has praised what Donald Trump has been doing. Regarding government inefficiency, I told you before, you're really not going to downsize the government unless you reform the so-called entitlements. It doesn't mean people who are on benefits lose benefits, or those close to it lose benefits, but down the road for people who are younger, they've got to be reformed. Social Security, for example, began in the 30s. And when it began, there was one retiree for every 30 people working. As of right now, there's one retiree/beneficiary for every 2.5 people working. People are living longer.
We also have machines and computers and can get a whole lot more work done per one person. One person could do like 100 people's worth of work if you set it up right.
To be reformed. And Medicare started in 1965. The projections were off by a factor of 8. Imagine you're getting an estimate to put a room on your house of $40,000. And then when the room is done, you get a bill for $320,000. That's what happened. Projections were off too regarding
Well, see, I can't print money. But if I was government, I just print 8 times more money.
Medicaid. Now, Maxine Waters has said something that she probably regrets having said. She said the reason we're horrified about Doge, well, they may find out what we've been doing. I'm paraphrasing, but here is what Kerosene Maxine said, number 14.
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
Why are you not investing in tax liens?
We don't know what all they have on us.
Freudian slip, maybe?
Wow. The new head of EPA is Lee Zeldin. He ran for office in New York, made a name for himself. Smart guy, met him. And he talked about a Project Veritas video after Trump got elected, where an EPA advisor is admitting we're funneling billions of dollars to climate organizations before Trump can come in and stop us. Number 36.
Hi, this is EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. One of my very
Number
top
36,
priorities
please.
at EPA.
Now it's just how to get the money out as fast as possible before they come in and like top it up. It truly feels like we're on the Titanic and we're throwing like gold bars off the top hatch.
Who are the gold bars going to?
Nonprofits, states, tribes. We gave them the money because it was harder. If it was a government-run program, they could take the money away. If Trump won, and because it was a insurance policy against Trump winning. Until the Trump people
Insurance
come in
policy
and tell us
against
we can
Trump winning. We're throwing gold bars off the Titanic, he says. Please continue.
no longer give up money. I do environmental climate policy things.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I do the
That
environmental
stuff is here.
climate change
I
policy
mean, because I do
things.
like federal government climate things. Well, I have been doing that. But that
We've
might
been
change. But
pushing out the money because that
why?
might change under Trump, he says. Continue.
So look at the EPA. So a lot is going to change.
Amazing.
So I do, you know, the Inflation Reduction Act. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, Biden's climate law.
Yes.
Yeah. So I do IRA implementation. I work with like Biden appointees. The money that we've given out like tens of billions of dollars. Like
Jeez.
over last year we've given out probably like $50 billion.
$50 million.
Billion with B.
$50 billion.
Yes, for climate things. So like to go work for one of these places, I think would be really cool.
What are the places that you've given them to?
It's only been a few weeks, so it's a little early. But like green banks, so they're like nonprofit institutions that are
I've given the money
made-
to green banks, to non-profit institutions, he says. We're like throwing gold bars off the Titanic because things might change under Trump. Continue.
making it more financially feasible to build renewables, to do like.
And see, so a lot of people on this channel are telling me, oh, the Democrats are so much better than Trump that we can't go green right now because we gotta not have Trump or whatever. But you see this, like, they're just throwing gold bars off the Titanic because they're afraid that Trump might win the election. They don't do anything. They don't care to do anything for you. So why is this better?
Like climate project. I do implementation now, so I do like how do you spend $100 billion? How do you make sure that like they're the proper? Well, until recently, how do you make sure the proper like processes are in place to like prevent fraud and to prevent abuse and like ensure that like
What did they do with this money? Where are the food forests? Why do we still have food insecurity? What in the world? Like, that's a lot of money, man. You give me $50 billion, you're going to see a whole lot of things different.
are funding like good paying jobs and that sort of stuff. Now it's
$50 billion is $1 billion per state, if you want to look at it like that. How many food forests? That'd be enough for every school in the state, probably. $1 billion per state? That's a lot of money, man.
just how to get the money out as fast as possible before they come in and like stop it.
Now we're trying to get the money out as fast as possible, he said, before they come in and stop it all. Continue.
Yeah,
You can do that?
to an extent. Just like
Out where to do what,
To an
though?
extent. Unbelievable. Continue.
Why not? Because if it's not gonna,
basically that's where it all is now. I mean, now it all is like it truly feels like we're on the Titanic and we're throwing like gold bars off the
It truly feels like we're on the Titanic and we're throwing gold bars off the Titanic, admitting the money is being wasted because you want to make sure that Donald Trump does not get his hands on it and stop us from giving it to green banks and green nonprofits to pursue his agenda of climate change. This is an EPA advisor admitting that he's doing all of this. And when asked if you can do this, he said yes, to an extent. When we come back, Lee Zeldin saw the same video that we just played for you. It was done by Project Veritas, undercover video. The administrator thought he was on a date. He was actually on a date with a reporter for Project Veritas and was recorded secretly, admitting we're throwing gold bars off the deck of the Titanic. We're doing it because things are going to change. We're doing it because of this new administration, billions of dollars for green banks and for green nonprofits. Lee Zeldin saw that same video and now says that the EPA hit $20 billion, first of its kind scheme. Thanks for watching these clips from the Larry.
Man, $1 billion, that's a lot of money. So $50 billion are just thrown around. Like I said, $1 billion per state. That's $1,000 million in every state. So you could give $1 million to 1,000 schools in every state. So So it's like 50,000 schools or something like that. Jeez, man. And like $1 million food forest, or just, you don't even need that. Like, gosh, $100,000 for a food forest would be great. That's a lot of money. But they're wasting money. I don't know what they're doing with it. Do you? But like, Democrats are not better than Republicans. They all waste, they all abuse. Genocide is not better than moving people out. I don't know if that's better than genocide, but I mean, neither of them are any good. If you don't vote for the lesser evil, let's for the next, say, 8 years try this experiment where we vote for the better, the greater good. Like what I do when I get my ballot, I look up every name on the ballot. I get it sent to me here, and I just Google every name. It takes me like 3 hours to vote sometimes. I'll just sit there, Google every name, look at what the person does. There's a couple people, I'm going to vote for right off rip and stuff, but like there's people on the down ballot that I don't know that well. So I Google them up, and I look at what everybody's doing, who they are and stuff like that. And then I make I vote for the guy, woman that I think is the best. And that's about it for this one. I'm sorry. But yeah, just keep on getting your information from across the spectrum.